To me, it was a little bit of both. I think once I was asked to be part of this pilot project, the SSW, once I started getting back into the idea of formal education and seeing that the education was along the line of an Indigenous model, it took us out of a classroom in a conventional sense into a lot of circles. It took us into communities. It had a lot of input from the community that hosted us as far as their elders coming in and socials. So that developed my interest as far as looking at other Indigenous people in our area. So that part of it fed into the informal part of my education, because again, being knowledgeable of my clan, which is Turtle Clan, which is our responsibility is to maintain knowledge, to acquire knowledge, and to take that and turn it into something that I guess when you start teaching it, it becomes sort of wisdom. So I really look at the balance of you can have all the education you want, and if you don't have no practical application, and I think that's the other part of this, that I was to take those experiences and provide that practical application. Even my questioning in some of our papers and our research was, how can this apply in my life, and how can this apply in my community? So theory, like a lot of formal education provides us with theory and the scenarios, then would these apply in my community? And so it's a lot of times I had to transpose that and saying, how would this fit in my community? So without losing interest in that, I was able to do that. And now the next generation is hopefully will key in on that, when we start looking at Indigenous education in a formal sense, that it helps us reground ourselves in our own identity. And the informal, the life experience, the workshops, the gatherings we have, look at that also as a learning experience. And I guess the other big question that I always had been asking of other people is, like, where did you get this knowledge? And how can I learn that? So that came from my grandmother. My grandmother said, well, I used to say, I can't. She said, no, there's no such word as can't. Either you don't know how, or you don't want to. And if you don't know how, I'll teach you. So I've presented that in that way for a lot of the younger people, that if you don't know how, there are institutions out there that can help you with that in a formal sense. There are elders in our community, people who would be able to teach you the other life skills type of things. So once you learn that theory, then how do you apply it in your life skills in your life? So yeah, I think there needs to be a balance, and there needs to be a sharing of those life learnings.